Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Beatriz Ferreira of Brazil, 31 years of age, she becomes the IBF lightweight champion, defeating YANINA LESCANO. And this was a 6-round technical decision, unanimous decision, in a fight that Beatriz was, to say she was coming on strong is an understatement. She didn't have it entirely her own way for the first 3 rounds. I thought the first round was pretty close. Lescano, she came in with a pretty decent record. 14 wins, 3 defeats. The 3 defeats were on points, and she had 4 KOs. She had lost an 8-rounder to Caroline Dubois last June. And she'd also lost to Estelle Mazzelli, former Olympic champion. That was a split decision over 10. And she could fight. She could definitely fight. She was tall for the weight. They said that she was 5'4", the same as Ferreira. She looked much taller than me, like 2 or 3 inches taller. Ferreira was coming up from super featherweight. But Lescano, she had a very upright stance, whereas Ferreira is definitely a little pit bull if you've seen her before. So perhaps it just looked greater. The difference looked greater than it was. And I just thought from the word go, Lescano was standing too upright. She did have a really nice jab, and she was timing it very well. Single jabs to Ferreira's face, right on the mush. But Ferreira, if you've seen her fight before, albeit at the lower weight, you'll know that she is a little pit bull. She's a little terrier. She hits very hard. She rocks and rolls in, big overhand punches, bangs to the body very well. A very hurtful, kind of like an Isaac Cruz, really, yeah, like a pit bull. That type of style. Whereas Lescano, like I say, upright, more of a European style, bangs a jab in well, likes to bring the right hand over. I didn't see any body work from her, although there was certainly quite a bit from Ferreira, which actually stung Lescano quite badly. But the first round, I thought Lescano edged it. I thought she controlled Ferreira quite well. There wasn't a lot in it. If you gave it to Ferreira, no problem. Second round, definitely Ferreira's. She started to get her engine really running, throwing those hurtful punches. Again, we're talking 2-minute rounds, so, I'll leave the debate for later. We've had it before. But certainly, if they were 3-minute rounds, you were thinking, this is Ferreira all day long. If it's 3-minute rounds, actually, if it's 2-minute rounds, by the end of this fight, you were thinking it's Ferreira all day long anyway. But in the third round, Lescano really did get some good work done. Barry Jones said he hadn't given Lescano a round. I don't agree at all. I edged her the first, could go either way, swing round. But the third, definitely Lescano's round for me. She caught Beatriz coming in with a very good left jab. She's an orthodox fighter. And then as Ferreira was, I don't know whether she was pushed back, but she moved back in a straight line, and Lescano went with her, banged in some nice combinations. And for the first time, you thought, okay, Lescano's getting some work done here. This could be interesting. And she's got a good jaw, because Beatriz, even though she came in with only 4 wins, 2 of them were by stoppage. And she looked physically stronger, even though she'd fought at super feather. I don't know whether she was struggling to make the 130 limit, but I don't think she did. But against Lescano, who is a tried and tested lightweight, she still looked physically stronger. And then in the 4th round, it all started to unravel for Lescano. Beatriz landed one terrific left hook to the body, which really hurt Lescano. And she was using both hands to the body as well. And suddenly Lescano couldn't keep her off. If she kept it long, she had a chance, even though those overhands were dangerous, because she was standing so bolt upright. But nevertheless, she had to keep some distance between, this is Lescano I'm talking about, had to keep distance between them to have a chance of winning this fight. And suddenly she wasn't able to create that distance. And she found herself on the ropes. Ferreira, she's got that sort of shark mentality. When she smells blood, she's going in for it. And she just kind of beat her up, really, in the 4th, certainly in the 5th round. Was it in the 5th round? Let me think. Yes, it was in the 5th round. There was I think right at the end of the round, there was a clash of heads. And again, there was some good body work from Ferreira. But Lescano was left with a rip. It wasn't a cut. It looked like a tear, like someone had got her skin and torn it. There's blood coming down to her eye. The doctor had a look at it. let her carry on. It wasn't bleeding when he inspected it. There was a big dollop of Vaseline on her eye, but it was certainly bleeding when Ferreira started catching up with her again and hurting her. Again, a very good jaw from Lescano, but she just couldn't keep Beatriz off, and Beatriz would not be denied. And of course, 10-2s is a sprint, so you can let it all hang out early on if you've got that sort of style. You don't have to pace yourself that much. But during the 6th round, who was it? It was Howard Foster was the ref. He stepped between them. He looked at Lescano's eye, and it had blood pouring all over her face. I mean, it had to be stopped. Terrible cut, and he stopped it. It was a head clash, by the way, not a punch. And then they went to the scorecards, and it was unanimous for Ferreira. So she wins the IBF lightweight title. Was vacant. Lescano shows some good skills. She's only 28, so she could come back from this, whereas Beatriz is 31. And despite winning this world title in the pros, she wants to go back to the Olympics and win a gold. And last time at the Olympics, she won silver. God knows who beat her, because this is a tough lady. So yeah, she might, in 1 year, in one calendar year, she might pick up, a women's world title, which she has done, and the Olympic gold medal. But yeah, it was interesting fight. I was thinking lightweight, okay, if you want to go up to lightweight, who knows, maybe she'll drop down to super feather. But there'll be lots of girls either at super feather or lightweight wanting to avoid Beatriz Ferreira. And I said it from the start. I actually did a video on her debut. I said, this is a real threat. This woman is a real threat. But again, Lescano, she gave her all, and she hung tough, and she was never on the floor, which is good. Took punches to the body well, and definitely to the jaw very, very well. So if you saw this fight, leave some comments below if you've got any. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the like button. That helps us out and spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. All right, catch you later. Bye for now.